Well, I've had a time of not being well for a few days, and it's lovely now I'm feeling well. And associated with feeling well is shifting from wanting foods that really are pretty manufactured, like a packet soup, that was ostensibly very healthy. It was not a cheap brand, so to speak. It was the ingredients were all good. Not organic, but at least they were just foods as opposed to chemicals and numbers and flavors and whatever. And then I had a sort of desire for cheese on toast, because I'm very used to in my history of having cheese. And I watched a film of cheese being made, and it's this extremely successful American farmer, young chap. And, he's showing the cows in his factory farming, actually. It's not like New Zealand where they're out in the fields. And he's convincing you the cows are contented and clean and I wasn't not convinced of either of these things, really. And then everything they do to this milk, which is really, of course, designed for the calf, and the calves have all been slaughtered, and that's the reality of it. And this was very helpful to me. I had a resistance to this. I felt, I don't want this. I don't want to want dairy products. Cheese or butter, Certainly I don't want milk. And then you would say by chance, but of course it's by the grace of God, isn't it? That's what we trust. Had some mandarins that I'd bought, but they had loads of pips in. Oh, I thought, I'll have to juice them, as if, what a shame, I've got to juice them. I juiced them, and it was a lovely drink. I had, nearly a mug full of beautiful mandarin juice, really good. Just pure fruit juice. And I had some grapes that had gone off. Oh, well, there weren't many that were good. But I had a few black ones. So I mixed the black ones that were good with the others that were okay, that were not gone off, and threw the rest, about 2/3 of the tiny, small bunch. So I ended up with a mug full of grape juice. That was excellent. And somehow these two good foods started to change my attitude to what I could do. I was tired, so I went and laid down. So it was 2 PM. You don't need to lay down, do you? No, well, I do, really. I'm tired. I don't want to put my mind to anything else. Body might need to recover, and I was laying there for a while and not really sleeping and resting, and the legs not feeling, as though they really had good, proper nourishment and exercise. So I thought I'll put them up against the wall and lay on the bed, but with my feet up on the wall. So the legs are upside down, even though the rest of me is laying flat. This improved the leg condition. They felt comfortable now, and the day started to transform. I did things like, I can't remember what now, and I think I then did my yoga, yeah. You know, I've got 6 exercises. It's very simple. One's bending forward. The other one's laying on your tummy and arching back up. It's called the cobra, but it looks a bit like press-ups, except you're not taking the pelvis off the ground. You're only lifting the shoulders and the head back. You know, you raise the body to the count of, backwards to the count of 10 and hold to the count of 10, then come down to the count of 10, breathing out as you come down. And do that 3 times, and similarly with the bend forward one. And there's a rocking exercise first. Then there's an individual leg raise exercise. It's much the same sort of timing. And that's the first 2 exercises. And then double leg raise, 3 of those. That's not done to the count of 10. That's just lift, hold for a moment or 2, and then relax, bring them down. Repeat 3 times, 3 reps. And then shoulder stand. Or the reverse posture, which is quite high shoulder stand. You're really using the absolute top of the shoulders and the neck, as opposed to supporting the body with the hands, elbows on the floor in effect, and your shoulders on the floor. And the reverse, which I go into, but the 2 exercises together really, one following the other, holding each for a few minutes until it's uncomfortable, in which case I stop, Whole thing might take 7 or 8 minutes, and I'm listening to one of my recordings, so the time doesn't drag and I cut it short. Do you see, I was now on a course of recovery. A friend phoned up, was I going to the meeting this evening? Philosophy meeting. I knew he wanted to. I said, well, I could do. I'm feeling fine. I don't want to give anyone an illness, but I'm feeling fine. And we both thought, well, you're probably not infectious now, because it's after the illness, not before, So I went to the meeting, and that was good, and so on. I didn't take part until the end, really. I'd definitely avoided, talking too much. That was, I'm getting stricter with myself there. Other people can make the mistake of talking too much, but I don't want to do that if I can help it. And that seemed to be well received, and my friend obviously was glad to go to the meeting, and it was nice. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. I'm on track again. But to come back to the beginning of this little recording, I want to say to you the purity of food. Tend not to mix things, mix fruits, even. One fruit, the one you want. Enough of it. Good, wholesome. Ideally organic. In the case of both the mandarins and the grapes, neither were organic. Well, okay. I might get oranges that are organic. I might get apples that are organic. That's good. And bananas too. But don't mix them. Enjoy them separately and choose the one you want. And you'll be much more sparing in your diet and less addictive in your diet. And greatly blessed. See how you go. Could be a lifesaver for you. A diet that is appropriate to health and vitality and, dare I say, spirituality. Optimism, hope, joy, energy, expectation, trust in God. Bless you. Pure fruits, separately. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.